Hey everybody, Jordan from Back Society here. Do me a favor and click that subscribe button below and hit the bell icon so you don't miss a single episode. Now, back to grinding. All right, welcome back to Back Society. I'm your co-host Jay with my other co-hosts.
S.
And of course, you know the other one.
And C Money.
C Money.
Baby.
All right, guys. It's been a long week. We had S over here reveling about giant fantastical metal tubes going down 2 kilometers below Caffrey's pyramid, and we also had an OPSEC can't even say it, OPSEC leak with the Trump administration. How do we all feel about last week, guys?
Well, tell me more about this the Khufu pyramid.
Oh, Khufu's is a great pyramid. This was under Caffrey's allegedly. Apparently, the guys who did the SAR thing found a menti, which, if you don't know, is the Hall of Knowledge, 2 kilometers underneath the Great Pyramid, with functional tubes leading into Caffrey's pyramid. Basically, that's where you're getting your downloads from. It's finally been revealed.
Have you seen like the image is like wild. It's like, this is what it would look like. And it's like, there's no way that's real. There's just no way, dude.
It isn't. Like, the SAR technology is not even that good. It has a 600-meter depth.
What is SAR? I never I didn't read into it. I just read some of the headlines and stuff. And when I saw the pictures, I was
think
like,
it's like
I'm done.
It's ground
It's
penetrating
like the
radar.
newest. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, like maybe like seismic activity radar. Something like that.
The
Well,
only
like, why
difference is
would
that
people
this
come
is a
out-
satellite doing it, so that's the S in SAR.
Why would people
Oh, it's
come
a
out
satellite?
and speculate this?
Because okay, first off, I was wondering because like this whole document came out like almost 3 years ago, you know?
No, it didn't.
2022 was on the paper.
No.
Anyway, the problem
Where does it say that at? Hold on.
Classified.
Where does this?
I showed you the document.
Yeah, and it said March 16, 2025.
22. But I figured
man.
I was trying to figure out where this came from, and it was because InfoWars picked it up. So that's why this is why it's blowing up.
Bro, when they're on the
Oh.
case, man, you know it's real.
You know, dude, my YouTube is mostly like history documentaries, and it was just nonstop. People I'd never heard of going like, the mystery of the pyramid revealed. The mystery of the pyramid. And it's all like that tube picture of like going down the pyramids that is definitely not in the paper. I don't know where people got that from.
They got it from the presentation.
Presentation.
What presentation?
Where the story came from. The people did a presentation in Italy because they're Italian, and then from that presentation it like circled around the world.
Oh yeah. One of the authors, whose last name is like Caselli or something, wrote a book about how humans mated with aliens, and that's where we got our intelligence from.
I mean, that's right.
Yeah, it does. But I was like looking at his bibliography, and I was like, oh my God.
All I'm saying is Zahi Hawass, he can't go on this meet and greet anymore. He can't, because that's what everybody's gonna ask.
I got tickets to him in New York.
And I guarantee you that's
someone
gonna
will
get
probably meet up.
blown up. It's gonna get blown up.
I'm sure
Why-
there would be one or
here-
two people that would be like, yo, Zahi,
One or
let's
two.
talk about the GOAT, Grant Hancock. You know, he's never wrong. Have you ever watched Rogan?
They're not gonna ask about Graham Hancock. They're gonna ask, what do you think about the pyramids? Well, you're wrong. Right? They're gonna like everything that this guy is gonna say, everybody's gonna contradict.
Look, Zahi is the GOAT. I don't care what anyone says. He's the GOAT.
That's the problem.
I thought Zahi and Graham like are friends now or something.
They came to an
They are
understanding, I
friends.
think. But that's why you
They
picked
came
that
to an
whole like
understanding.
scenario last week about if Zahi and Graham Hancock came out with like a joint venture, and I'd be disappointed. I wouldn't argue.
Why?
I'd just
Why?
be disappointed because it's gonna be dumb. It's gonna be
But what if Zahi's? So do you think Zahi would lose all credibility if he teams up with Graham Hancock?
Globally, no.
Yes.
Personally, maybe a little bit.
Yeah. Well, would that call into question any of his past stuff? If he's like, "Hey, I'm completely convinced that Graham's right based on my studies."
I would not discredit his past achievements. No, I would just say, "Wow, he's getting old."
Oh, so now you're gonna blame senility on this, even though maybe he's just been enlightened.
Enlightened by Graham Hancock.
I'm just saying it's
At
not
least
out of the
make
realm of
it,
possibility.
Hold on.
That's true.
The people, first of all, the people that discovered those things under the pyramid, right? It wasn't Graham Hancock.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
It was.
So who was it? I don't understand.
It was Italian SAR researchers in conjunction with the Caffrey Project, who are nuts.
What? Hold on. So even though that they're nuts, they still found something underneath the pyramid, right?
They found anomalies that could be literally anything.
Like the Hall records?
Like caverns. Like Egypt used to be green in prehistoric era. We have old Neolithic monuments in middle of deserts because it used to be green. It could be anything. It could be lava caverns. But it's definitely not a metallic tube going right from the bottom of Caffrey's pyramid all the way down. It's just anomalies in the ground.
How do you know it's not?
How the fuck did anyone was just like, okay, we're gonna build these pyramids, okay, and they're just gonna be stone blocks, 0.2 kilometers off the ground, and now we're gonna build 3 miles worth of ground and build an entire city. It doesn't track.
What do you mean?
Maybe the tubes were the entrance to the hall, and they said, "Hey, we got to close this up."
2 miles.
And they built the pyramid
3 miles down below in the ground. It's
aliens,
a little excessive, man.
You know, slaves are really good with building things.
What the Caffrey Project is asserting is that Amenti is essentially the underworld. That's the underworld is right there. We have found hell, essentially.
You know, I never saw that word in that paper that I sent me.
I know this came from the spokesperson of the Caffrey Project.
Amenti.
This came from it was like the first thing she said. Like, we have found the lost city of Amenti.
Man, I don't know if I'm spun up on Amenti. I gotta look this up.
Amenti is where is like where you go once you die in ancient Egypt. That's where you are. It's not where you're judged, but it's where you extract all your knowledge and thus go into the Hall of Knowledge. You only go there when you're dead.
Oh, gotcha.
Well,
okay.
But that wasn't in the paper.
It came from the project itself.
Was it in the paper?
I acknowledge it's not in the paper, but what's on the paper is Caffrey Project, and Caffrey Project is saying this.
Was this paper peer reviewed?
No, of course not. Of course not.
I'm pretty sure Neil deGrasse Tyson give it a little look-see.
It was not peer reviewed. Where they published the journal it was published in is famous for not having peer reviews.
Yeah. I say just leave it to Terrence Howard, dude. Like, he's solving all kinds of shit lately.
He solved the 3-body problem.
Yeah, he solved it, dude. It's over. Game over.
What was it again? What was that he did?
He solved the 3-body problem.
The 3-body problem, dude.
What is the 3-problem body?
Did you not watch Netflix? It's a show on Netflix. No, it's like when there's like multiple stars with a planet orbiting, and like there's 2 stars and a planet orbiting like 2 stars. Like how, the different forces that are placed and like the instability of the orbit and stuff like that.
Yeah, but it's not a real problem. It's not a real scenario.
Well, it's not a problem that we face.
Yeah,
Unless we inhabit another
you're right.
world, you know. So
Or no, another.
Look,
you know,
don't. We can't grasp the true genius of Terrence Howard, so I just leave it to what he says. Really, I mean,
I love in his paper though. Like one of it is like a he utilizes some concept he made up and like named after himself in order to solve the problem.
That's how you do it. That's the stroke. It's a masterful gambit, man. That's how you would do it.
It's just so wild, dude.
Look, we're living through Einstein 2.0, and we're ridiculing this man. You know, they ridiculed Einstein too. I saw the Solvang.
He's not Einstein. He's Tesla.
He's Tesla. There
Put
you
some
go.
Respect. Yeah,
He's Tesla.
Tesla.
You think he's Tesla?
He's gonna go.
I think he's more of Leonardo da Vinci.
Has he invented anything though?
He has patents.
Maybe.
He has
97 patents. 97 patents.
Might
he's
be
an
more.
artist, right? Like he's more of a Da Vinci, if you ask me. Just a true genius of our time.
I'm excited. Did he
He's a
go to?
polymath.
Has he gone to Egypt and gotten his downloads like everyone else?
He don't need to, dude. Egypt comes to him.
Egypt comes to him.
He gets. Hold on. Terrence Howard gets his dollars from his dreams. You know?
Oh, that's right.
That?
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah, that's right.
Download from a mentee. I'm so jealous.
Yeah. He's pretty much the Chuck Norris of, you know, of intelligence. So,
dude,
how old is Chuck Norris?
He's old
I think
now.
he's just dead years old, dude.
I'm not gonna lie, man. The world deserves better than what we have right now. Deserves better, and I hope Terrence Howard gives us that.
You know what's so funny is that I was so yesterday I was watching this movie. I was watching a movie with my girl, and she was like, "How come we don't make movies like this anymore?" I was like, I don't know. We watched Holes. Remember the movie Holes with Shia LaBeouf?
Yeah, like every millennial has either read the book or saw the movie.
Stanley Yelnats, baby.
Yeah, Stanley Yelnats and Zero, the GOAT.
But Jordan, do you remember when we saw Holes in theater? What did we watch after Holes?
I don't know what.
Malibu's Most Wanted.
Malibu's Most Wanted.
Another classic.
That was great. One of the greatest movies of all time, man.
Oh,
honestly,
dude, you guys have to rewatch it because I watched it again yesterday.
I haven't seen Malibu in forever.
Oh my god!
What was it?
I watched it a few months ago.
It is hilarious.
What was it like?
It holds up,
clinkety clink. Make me want to think.
Oh my, y'all be back from Malibu. You know what I mean?
Malibu tag.
Malibu.
I still say, like, for funny movies, that's probably top 10. Tropic Thunder's up there. That was one of the greatest movies of this past decade.
Oh my god. Tropic Thunder is hilarious.
This Is the End. It was like 2 all-star.
This Is the End wasn't that good.
It wasn't that good.
I died through it. Like that 21 Jump Street thought was fucking hilarious.
21 Jump Street's good.
21 Jump Street was hilarious.
But
the end wasn't, it was the end you could watch once and be okay with.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
100%. I'm not rewatching in the end unless it's on TV.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
I'm rewatching Wedding Crashers.
Wedding Crashers is a classic.
Old School.
Old School is another.
School was good. That was great, especially
the original Anchorman.
Yeah, the second one wasn't that great, but like,
yeah,
the first one was awesome.
The second one sucked. First one's a classic, dude.
Yeah, 50% of the time works every time.
There were some really good comedies in that era, man. Like really good ones.
That's the golden age of comedy, dude. It was the golden age of comedy movies.
It had the best.
It had the best.
Probably that, like Pineapple Express
too. Really, I think it really started. You can trace it back to American Pie. American Pie started like that weird, like teenage comedy,
Yeah.
And then it kind of grew into like those kinds of movies, like 40-Year-Old Virgin,
Like
Wedding
Stoner
Crashers.
Flicks. Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, 40-Year-Old
Yeah.
Virgin. Oh yeah, I would say like 4-Year-Old Version is what like really kicked it off, because that had like, the
Kicked off a
cast.
lot of stuff.
Yeah, because that's had like,
Yeah.
Seth
Paul Rudd,
Rogen,
Seth
Paul
Rogen.
Rudd. Yeah. Yeah,
Steve
this is like,
Carell.
Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart was in it.
Kevin Hart?
dude, the first time for me for Kevin Hart was always Scary Movie 3.
How you wake up dead?
It was just like, yeah.
How do you wake up the
You wake up dead.
Yeah, I know. Movies. What's like a good like? What was like
the last good comedy?
last good
I couldn't
comedy?
tell you.
Yeah, that like came out.
I couldn't tell you.
Recently? So I feel like every time I think about this stuff, it turns out the movie's like 10 years old. I'm like, oh shit, dude. Like,
But is it too? It's like I'm like even when I watch Malibu's Most Wanted, they can't make that movie again. Like now,
No, they couldn't.
they would PC it.
Did you guys ever see The Other Guys?
I feel like most of the comedy moved to TV. I love The Other Guys, dude.
Bye, Sheila.
Oh, The Other Guys was
I'll never forget you,
hilarious.
Sheila.
Sheila.
Sheila. Goodbye, Sheila.
Goodbye, Sheila.
Bye, Sheila.
But
Will Ferrell, man, he was part of that golden age. He did it at the right
His bitches
time.
wear
Fucking
jimmies.
It's fucking nobody mess with Gator, man. I don't think there's been. Okay, how about this? Let's make it easier. What was the last great comedy in 2020?
2020. Tiger King.
I mean, that's
Tiger King.
I mean, if you consider that a comedy,
I think all comedy moved to TV. Like all good comedy, anything funny, TV's kind of taken it in the last, 6 or 7 years.
I mean, yeah, I suppose so. Because I can't name a movie because you got like people like Ben Stiller. They making shows now, not really movies, except like Happy Gilmore too.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know if you guys are excited for that one.
I mean, I'll probably watch it.
I'll
probably watch it.
I only saw Zoolander 2 for the first time like a year ago.
I refuse to bring myself to watch that movie, dude.
The first one was so great, dude.
I know the first one was. That's why I don't want to watch the second one, because I'm just going to be disappointed.
Scott, you're muted.
There's not many comedy. There's not very many comedy like franchises. You know what I mean?
I know it's like everyone just ran out of ideas.
Yeah. I think the last like decent comedy franchise was like Meet the Parents. Like there was like multiple ones, and they all were like kind of fun. Not as funny as the original, but like you could watch Meet the Fockers.
For too long.
Yeah, it did. But like Meet the Fockers was a good follow up. Once they brought in the kids and shit, I was like, I'm kind of done.
Yeah, it was like We the Fockers or something. Scott, you're muted, by the way.
Yeah, he wasn't saying anything though. Was he talking?
No, but I see he said one thing, and I noticed I didn't hear him.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He's got this.
The last like funny movie that we watched, and it's old, was The Internship. But it's just like
that's a good one.
What? It's just Wedding Crashers 2.0, dude.
That is hilarious. He's like, you're so fat. You're so fat.
You're so fat.
You know what's funny about that? When was the last time you've ever heard of Vince Vaughn?
Dude, Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson is like LeBron James. No, it's like Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen. Like them two together, man. They kill it together.
No, dude. It's not even that. It's just Batman. Like,
Batman.
It's just kill it every time.
They got that weird chemistry that just works, dude.
It does just work. It does. And I mean, like, man, dude, like, Internship is such a great movie. I know. I'm watching that.
Like, it's just so funny. Vince Vaughn is so funny. I remember watching like the Jurassic Park trilogy like last year again. I was like, oh yeah, he's in Lost World. I had no idea.
Oh yeah, exactly. Oh my dude, the internship is just so dude. When Rob Riggle's selling the scooters to the old people, and he's like banging all the old chicks and stuff.
Yeah,
It's just crazy, dude.
God, that was good.
It's so easy.
It was like
Step Brothers. Come on, another classic.
Step Brothers was a classic. Bosun Hose, dude. Everyone still talks about it too. Like even with that Talladega that preceded it too was like one of the funniest fucking movies I've ever seen.
But think about it though.
Yeah, or not Talladega Nights. What was it? What was
Talladega
it called?
Nights was another one too, though.
Talladega. The Campaign, another good movie.
Campaign was alright.
Campaign's great.
I love
It's
Campaign,
alright.
dude.
It's rewatchable, but not very often. What about Hangover?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Hangover
Classic.
like took over the world for like a good 2 years of just every kid everywhere just can quote the fucking movie.
Classic.
Dude, it's so good. It's so good.
It is. I mean,
I just really rewatched it maybe a month ago, and it holds up. It holds up.
Does. Classic. God. I don't see any good like solid like there are no good comedy movies before there's nothing after COVID. Nothing like really like solid. So the goal COVID killed comedy.
Comedy is illegal again. Yeah. Comedy's not legal anymore. It sucks. You know what I wish they had another one of? Austin Powers. I miss that shit. Dude, it was awesome. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I just thought of a comedy that did come out post-COVID, but I didn't really like it. But Borat 2.
Yeah, I see that right now. I like Borat, but
I like the first one was great.
The first one was good.
Especially when they started throwing money at
the second one was like
the first one was great, but you definitely could not make that movie ready anymore.
No, dude.
Especially when
he got sued by all those guys.
I bet he did. I mean, like that one scene when they were staying at that bed and breakfast owned by that Jewish couple. And like there was like a rat in the room and they're throwing money at it, trying to get it to go away.
They were like, I couldn't even see their horns. You know, it's so good, dude. That hang like sleeve of wizard.
The running of the Jew,
dude. What a movie!
It was a good movie. I think the last great one.
I think of.
You can't. There isn't any. I mean, like the greats are making like kind of like dark comedy now. I've noticed.
Yeah, dark comedy is kind of where it's at. Yeah.
It's a shame. It's a shame, really.
Yeah, it sucks.
And now we have.
I mean, there's some good like HBO shows.
HBO is like the only one carrying the bag right now. I feel like HBO has been having some really. I mean, I like HBO. It's one of the only. I only have like 3 subscription services right now, and it's HBO, Disney, and Netflix. And Hulu.
Yeah, but what show would you be watching on HBO?
I'll be watching The Lord of the Rings over and over again.
That's Amazon.
Not too. I did it anyway. Misbehaving.
Dude, you know what I noticed? David I was scrolling through HBO the other day, and there was like 3 different fucking series where it's like Danny McBride and David Goggins. I'm like, are they like?
It's Walton Goggins, not David Goggins. You crazy bitch.
My bad.
What are you talking about?
My bad.
Yeah.
But either way, it's just like
it's Righteous Gemstone, Vice Principals. And he's in the new White Lotus. He's in the new White Lotus.
No,
are they like contractually obligated to work together?
No, because they're hilarious together.
Walter Goggins, shut up.
I think maybe it's them two that's having their moment.
I guess so. I mean, like,
it's good though. Good shit.
I like Danny McBride. Yeah, he's funny as shit. Goggins for me came out of nowhere.
Goggins is good.
He is good.
What do you mean? He was in Justified. Didn't watch it.
You never watched the show.
You're missing out, dude.
It takes me a while to get into a series. I'll admit, it takes me a while.
You're missing out. You're missing out. It's such a good show.
Hold on.
I said,
let me look it up.
Justified. Timothy Oliphant, Walton Goggins. They're great in it, dude.
I remember hearing it.
Like I've definitely heard
it was an
about
FX show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'll be honest. Goggins didn't really come into my radar until Fallout.
Oh, but he was a killer in Fallout. Really?
He was a
good in
killer.
Fallout.
No, you didn't know who he was though.
I didn't really know who he was. Yeah.
Really?
I'm getting old, man. I don't remember all these people now anymore. I don't remember these people as easily. Getting dementia, bro.
I mean, because I knew him because Vice Principals had already been out.
Yeah,
Righteous Gemstones had already been out.
He was on Django. He was in Django.
He was in Django?
Yeah. He was the
he's in a bunch of stuff. Dude.
Yeah, he's in a bunch of movies. He was in the Hateful Eight. He was the bad guy in Shanghai Noon. Remember that?
Wait a minute. Was that with like Jackie Chan and shit?
Oh, and Owen Wilson. Come on, man.
And Owen Wilson.
Bad guy.
Wasn't that like in the 90s?
No, how do you not know who he is?
Because dude, there was like those
Shanghai Night.
Shanghai Night.
I don't know what was up with the late 90s, but they had like those buddy cop like spin-offs all the time with like Shanghai Noon, Rush Hour, fucking Men in Black, fucking Wild West. It was like the whole like, look, man, we're polar opposites, but we're working together.
Yeah, dude. That's how you do it. It's always like a white guy in a minority.
Exactly,
like that's how it works.
Exactly.
It's something like Rush Hour, where I guess like I don't know. Chris Tucker was close to being the white guy, I guess, in that one. I don't know.
He pretty much was. I mean, you can kind of see Jackie was because he wasn't like the comedy relief.
Yeah, that's true.
So no, he was in Shanghai. How old is this man?
He's pretty old. He's been around for a minute, dude.
I think he's like 40.
There's no. If he was in the bad guy in Shanghai Noon, there's no way, dude.
He's got to be pushing. He's got to be in his 50s.
He's probably like 60. Oh, 53. He's 53.
See, this is a
sign. That's what I said.
This is a sign to start my acting career, man. I need to get into these movies. I need to restart comedy.
Yeah, but he's been acting for like 25 years.
He's been acting longer than you've been alive.
And then when I'm like 50 or 60, then I'll just start getting big, and it's fine. You got to start somewhere.
This is true. But can you act
when you're 50 or 60?
Yeah,
maybe when you're 60 or 70.
And then when your kids are adults, and they're gonna be like, "Yo, you seen this actor? He's so funny," and you're gonna be like, "Wow, I know that guy."
But can you act though? That's what I need to know. Are you good at acting?
I'm a champion at gaslighting.
You can't.
That's not the same thing.
I knew.
The audience. I'm good.
I knew you were a gaslighter. I knew you don't believe Hawaii is ass or whatever his name is. I knew you don't believe anything that guy says.
Gaslighting is just like any talent, dude. You need to keep honing it.
Oh my god. Mama told me not to. I did it anyway.
But I don't think Zahi's a fraud. There's sometimes I think Lerner is, though.
Oh no, man. Dude! I think they are both the cream of the crop, and both of them are frauds.
They are the cream of the crop, but they are not frauds. Well, Lerner sometimes. Zahi,
they're the cream of the crop of frauds.
That is just not true, man. That is just not true.
Why? What's there to like? What's there to like?
What there isn't to like? He's not a douchebag. He's a guy who's trying to protect history from a bunch of idiots with microphones.
No, he's trying to protect his legacy.
There you go.
History. I'm sorry, but if there's a guy like, who's that one fraud Scott likes? Anthony West, who's just like, I have made a career writing science fiction novels. I think I know the truth to Egypt. I'm going to look at him too and be like, oh, okay, bro, that's fine. Go back to New York.
Not a fraud. He's not a fraud.
I mean,
Anthony West is dead. What are you talking about?
I know
he's dead, but he was a science fiction writer.
So Zahi Hawass is too.
L. Ron Hubbard.
Yeah.
Yeah, L. Ron Hubbard and Scientology's legit, right? right? We really have theories and shit.
Eric Von Daniken.
Why do you take Wes seriously and not them?
Real heroes of the 20th century.
And people we don't take seriously.
What are you talking about? That's because you're not woke.
Why? Hold on. First of all,
have you read Chariot of the Gods, by the way?
Hold on. What has
it's trash.
What has Zahi Hawass done anything? What has he done?
He's made multiple discoveries.
I don't know.
Like what?
He has found fully intact papyrus scrolls in fucking tombs, which is fucking awesome. Did he find these things.
Did he find it or did he take credit of finding it?
I'm pretty sure he found it himself.
No, I guarantee you, they were like, "Hey, we found something." He was like, "Shut it down, get the cameras. I'm coming in. I'm gonna finish this."
Exactly.
That is exactly what happened.
No. And also,
it's just like with him and Mr. Beast. He's like, "Look at us. We're all out of nowhere."
He was also the benefactor of many discoveries. Now, can you attribute discoveries to benefactors?
Bro.
Champion grifter.
Grifter.
I mean, without benefactors, then things won't be discovered. You know, someone has to pay for archaeology.
Exactly. I would rather give it to the benefactor who paid for it.
He just got showed up by a satellite.
Thank you. So you take him seriously.
Well, Zahi Hawass isn't paying anything.
Yeah, he is a benefactor himself too. He's not only an archaeologist, but he also funds archaeology digs. Yes, he does.
No, first of all, where's he getting that money from?
Mr. Beast.
He's a celebrity.
Grifting.
He's a celebrity.
Is where he's getting that money from.
Like any other archaeologist, he does book tours. He does speaking events. I'm going to a speaking event.
I know, dude. I'm telling you.
It's from his corrupt government position. I mean, the dude's just a corrupt politician at the end of the day.
Look,
I don't understand how you can't
not a really stable government and not a great track record, but that doesn't make Zahi corrupt. That just makes
it exactly.
You gotta work with what you have, man. Sorry.
Every time you go see Zahi Hawass
corrupt,
somebody, more than 50% of the people there are gonna be like, "Yo, what's up with these pyramids?"
I mean, we'll see, because again, like, there's a lot of pervasive stupidity roaming around in history right now, especially coming from, again, science fiction writers who think they have discovered the truth.
I think the satellites discovered.
Maybe they have.
Oh,
yeah, I'm sure they have with their active imaginations. I mean, I saw the fucking Forrest Whitaker and John Travolta movie.
Dude, Battlefield Earth?
Yeah, Battlefield Earth.
Was truth.
It was truth. Fucking millions of dollars just burned.
I never even. What are you talking about? Battlefield of what?
What do you mean? What do you mean? What are we talking about? How do you not know about Battlefield Earth?
It was a story of Scientology. The truth of Scientology.
You're lying.
You've never heard
they put all this money into it, and it was one of the biggest flops of all time. Forrest Whitaker. John Travolta.
It was terrible.
Forrest Whitaker is a Scientologist?
Of course he is. He's an actor. So is Zahi Hawass, probably.
Oh my God! Here we go. Here we go.
Agree with that. What's it called again? Battlefield what?
Battlefield Earth, dude. It's one of the greatest movies of all time. Like, if you want to know the truth about how life on Earth started, that's it.
It's legit. It's nonfiction. It's nonfiction.
We got to stop listening to these science fiction writers, man, who parade around as archaeologists, historians,
John Travolta and Dread. It's John Travolta and Dread.
Yes.
No, we need to stop listening to corrupt people that, dude. What are you talking about? Dude, listen.
I know, Zahi's corrupt. Zahi he's protecting his legacy. Zahi is, what? You said he's just grifting for money, not the guys who make podcast rounds every day, like Graham Hancock. No, that's just legit.
Listen, we're in the year 2025, okay? Your information is getting obsolete and outdated. Okay.
Sorry. When the next when the next fiction writer comes out and says they know the truth from New York because they keep coming from New York, that's when we have to reassess everything we know from a century of research and decades. When a guy has a thought,
nobody believes anything.
Did you watch that Lost Pyramid thing on Netflix that Zahi Hawass did?
No.
You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, I think I did. Yeah, it was bullshit.
It's like him and then like his like protege. You know what I mean? It was such a waste of time. I tried to watch
the
it.
Pyramid of Sagara.
It was such. Oh my god, dude!
I thought it was interesting at the very least.
It was so bad. No, it wasn't. It was. It was just a
pyramids.
I mean, and I watched it. I was like, yeah, I've heard of this stuff.
Like
what are we doing here? They try to make like it's like a big deal. He's so bad at like he's trying to capitalize on the current media landscape, and he's so bad at it. It's just
so bad.
Like, so bad. Why doesn't he? Once he goes on a podcast and he gets that high, bro, he's gonna be all over podcasts. Once he's like really starts doing the circuits.
Yeah, like Graham Hancock, right?
He doesn't. How come he does
that? Graham doesn't do that many though.
Yes, he does. And he got that high. Dude, he needs to keep putting his face out there. He got his little Netflix show, which is dumb. His 2 little Netflix shows, and he actually got...
the show is pretty good.
I know. Look at these rock formations. Obviously, it was people 30,000 years ago during the Younger Dryas. Guys, look at these natural rock formations. Humans.
Earth. They weren't natural, some of them.
Hold on.
Most of them were.
Hold on. I think what you need to do is start. I think what you need to do is start questioning things instead of already having the answer to things.
That's how research works. You question things. You find things, question them, and then pretty much when there's no questions left, you're like, okay, add it to the zeitgeist.
But you're the one. Your guy, Zahi Hawass, has all the answers.
I can't find people who can debunk him. Sorry.
Really?
Not people with credibility. Not some science fiction writer from New York.
What about a science fiction writer from Cali?
Terrified. Zahi's terrified to go on a podcast because it's going to be a hostile audience and they're going to challenge him.
Well, of course it's going to be hostile audience.
He can't back it up. And he can't back it up. He can't back it up.
I 100% guarantee you can back it up, but it will be a hostile environment because the pseudo-scientists, the pseudo-historians have a chokehold on the environment, and you have people like Joe Rogan who has fried his brain that are just like, wow.
Well, how come he's not out there trying to fight it if everybody's so wrong?
He doesn't need to.
He does need to. He should get out there.
Why? Why do podcasts and watch comedians have a stranglehold on our thought? They're not the drivers of thought?
Because people talk.
Okay.
Because they're the ones talking.
So and they fucking listen to
Zahi's not talking to anybody.
Zahi's doing conferences and book tours. He's talking to people.
For money. Nobody goes to conferences and book tours.
Who goes to conferences and
nobody's going to conferences and book tours.
Anyone serious does. Anyone who's unserious listens to pseudoscientists podcast starred by a washed comedian. Yes.
There's plenty of podcasts that he could go on.
I guess you're unserious.
He could go on the Rogan show.
He could go on anything, and he would get big hits.
He would.
The people would listen to him.
He would.
That's great. That's great. If Zahi was such a grifter, why isn't he doing that? You would think he would do that immediately. Maybe he's doing it for the love of the
Because you just said he's got audience capture. He's got audience capture with people like you who don't question him, and they go to his stupid book tours and overpriced conferences. He can't make money off podcasts because people are going to put it out there on YouTube
and be like, "Yo, this guy is stupid."
This guy
people believe what this guy is saying. Hence
if he would go, it's book tours are series for serious people. When you want to listen to retarded historians that don't know what they're talking about, you go to washed comedians podcasts. But if you're serious, you don't need to because you have book tours and conferences where serious people actually go there. But again, if you want to...
And then nobody buys your book and you make no money off your book.
Then why is he still doing it? If he still has all this money,
Because
where's he getting
that's all
it?
he knows.
Where is he getting it?
That's because he's corrupt. That's because he's corrupt. He doesn't have that.
He's just. Where's the proof?
There's a lot of proof.
Wow,
bro.
there is none. Shocking. There never is any proof with these people.
There is plenty of proof. There's plenty of proof.
No, listen.
He worked for the Egyptian government. That's all you need to know. That's how you know he's corrupt.
He worked for the Egyptian government for like a month. For a month.
Zahi Hawass is going to be incredible with his
antiquities.
For a month.
No, it was not for a month.
For like a month. It was definitely less than a year.
Zahi Hawass.
It was for a long time.
End of this
year. This is what happens when you listen to pseudo-historians on washed comedian podcasts. You don't get the accurate information. Shocking, I know.
It sucks that you can't even listen to people because you label them.
You're not listening to me. You're not listening to me, though. So why should I listen to you?
We did listen to you for a long time.
Yeah.
And now we just found better information.
From who? A washed-up comedian on a washed-up podcast?
No, our download.
You keep throwing the same thing. Washed up. But yet, it's the most listened to thing in the world.
Actually, it's Media's Touch. Still on top right now.
Who?
No, it's not.
Yeah, you can look it up if you want.
Oh my God. You know podcasts are the number one. You know that, right?
I feel like you're not listening to me. So anyway, Zahi doesn't need to do that. It's all right. Again, researchers.
He should do it, conferences, though. He should do it.
He should. That's a different argument. He just doesn't need to.
That's what I said. And you said, well, no, he does need to do it because his message is obviously not getting out there.
His message gets out there to people who actually want the message. People who are actually serious because he's a serious person. Unlike Graham Hancock or Anthony West or Eric Von Daniken or
tiny little audience.
I don't think it's tiny.
Hey, first of all, do not.
Everyone knows who he is if he's tiny.
Criticize Giorgio Tsoukalos. That man is
Yeah, I know. The sports journalist. Now historian.
He's a Greek god. He's a Greek god.
No, do not compare him to the Greek god Stavros.
He is the Greek god. The original.
Oh my God.
He is Albert Einstein in Greek form. Okay.
What would happen if Zahi Hawass just came out and was like, hey, they held me against my will. I didn't want to say any of this, but those new studies that came out, they're right.
Who held him against his will? I thought he was the dude.
Jordan would have an aneurysm. His head would explode. He'd be like in when he takes off the hat. You want to see my face?
I thank God I'd never have to worry about that.
I think you're gonna be surprised. He's gonna come out and be like,
I don't think I'll be surprised at all. I don't think it's gonna happen.
What if he comes out and says aliens are real and aliens built it?
I don't think that'll ever happen.
What if it did?
Actually, I'll do one better. I guarantee that'll never happen.
How are you there's no you don't know. We really don't know anything, but you're so 100% certain when impossible.
Because I'm certain of things that are not true. I'm not completely certain of the truth, but I definitely know when I'm hearing bullshit.
No, you don't. I can tell you right now, you do not, that does not fall on your spectrum whatsoever.
Not whatsoever, no. No, that's, yeah. Can you give me an example, please?
We're talking about it right now. You are one out of 50 people that actually listen to Zahi Hawass.
One out of 50 people.
Nobody else believes that guy.
My bullshit senses is tingling already. That's crazy.
Yeah, it should. Every time you hear Zahi Hawass.
I know.
Every time you hear that guy.
I know, you got me.
You're like, man.
Maybe you need to recalibrate your bullshit sensors.
I guess I do, man. Maybe I should get my thetans detected.
Recalibrated the truth.
Recalibrate my thetans, finally unlock my inner spirit. Maybe search for the truth that way. Instead of reading papers and books and stuff. I should just listen to a podcast and get all my information from that.
All right, listen, you were in a cult, okay? This is the same thing. Like
I know.
Scientology, they said everything went like
Also
that's why they
by a
banned the
science fiction
internet.
writer, by the way.
That's why they banned the
L.
internet.
Ron Hubbard did book tours, bro. You said as long as you hold conferences and do book tours, you are legitimate.
There wasn't. I didn't
I
say
don't
that.
care.
I didn't say that. I said it was
You
for
said
more
as
serious
long as you
people.
hold.
I said it's more serious.
Okay, so L. Ron Hubbard was
Hubbard's a serious guy then.
There wasn't podcasts back then. What else are you gonna do?
Radio shows?
I'm pretty sure he did do radio shows. I'm pretty sure he did.
Who did?
L. Ron Hubbard. Yeah.
No, he did not.
I mean, it's hard to do radio shows when you're on a boat trying to escape from the FBI and the IRS.
I know. I mean, if that was today, people would be venerating him, saying like, the deep state's after him.
I mean, the deep state was probably after him, but he also did it. So that's the difference.
He did do it.
I would love to see what that guy's signal chat look like.
That's crazy. Like, how big of a deal is this? Was there Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like the Hillary emails again. As far as I'm aware, what's your opinion on it, Chris? Because I really don't know what to think about it.
I don't really think it matters.
I think, it does matter because if it was leaked classified information, it should.
I was going to ask you that.
Because
was it classified information?
Well, one, here's the thing is, I don't know. And the people who do know, once you say it's classified, that's the problem, right? It's like, you got to
you can't say it. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it's kind of like a weird catch-22 because once you say it, then people who read it might not be cleared for it.
Yeah.
It's like a weird thing, but sensitive information like that, you really shouldn't be passing on signal. And not only that, it's really weird because it's like a bunch of information, right? And they're like, oh, well, that one thing's not classified. But when we look at the aggregate of information, that's when it starts to get classified. Right. And then it's just like, dude, how do you not know who's in that chat? That's the crazy part.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing was funny was Mike Walter. Was that his name? Mike White or whatever?
Mike Waltz.
Yeah, was Mike Waltz. He was on what was it, Lauren Ingram, saying that him and Elon are getting his tech bros together to find out who did this. And then when all the texts were leaked today, it said Mike Waltz added you.
Yeah.
It was like that one comedy, we're trying to find out who did this.
Well, he was trying to say that this guy put his phone number into his phone without him knowing it, and all this he's just making up bullshit because he fucked up. That's all it is. I kind of feel bad for people who use Signal because oh, it's compromised. It's nobody broke into Signal.
Tucker Carlson claimed that it was compromised a couple of years ago.
Tucker Carlson doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about half the time.
He said, I think he was supposed to have an interview with Vlad, and then the year before he had the interview, and I guess somebody broke in or leaked his signal or something, and
they probably broke into his phone and then got into the signal.
Oh, I never heard that. That's crazy.
Yeah. You know what? But, honestly, I think
Tucker Carlson is the Zahi Hawass of the right. Right? You can't believe a word that guy says, but he's serious because he does book tours in town. So that's how I know.
That's weird because he's a podcast that goes on Podcasters, and he has a podcast. Now
he's adapting to the new world. Man. To the new world.
He's gone to Anthony West, dude. Lost all credibility.
Whoa. Never.
John Anthony West never really did podcasts.
That was wrong. He's gone all Graham Hancock. I apologize. I have corrected. Tucker is weird, though.
Is the most interesting podcasts.
I mean, when he hosted that Martyr Maid, dude, I was just like, oh my god, the fucking Hitler apologist.
The who?
Martyr. I forget his name, but his pseudonym is Martyr Maid. He was the guy that was just like Churchill was worse than Hitler.
Is this Tucker Carlson?
Oh, Cooper.
Cooper.
Daryl
That's
Cooper.
right. Daryl Cooper.
Yeah. That guy is
piece of work.
Mind.
Yeah, he was like just on Rogan. I was trying to listen to him, but he's such a hard listen to because nothing he says is ever. He just makes little slip ups every now and then. If he has someone interesting, why not?
Would you listen to Zahi Hawass one-on-one?
Probably.
You know, if he's doing a book tour and if he's had a book tour in Texas, he might. You know, he might.
He's in Texas 4 times this year.
Oh yeah, he might.
I could see him. I could see him ending up on Rogan.
Yeah,
I could. To be honest, would Rogan even invite him?
Yeah,
I think so.
100%, 100%. Because he doesn't do any podcasts, and I want to see it now. Just him being like,
he's an
lying.
Old Egyptian lying.
I think he would try to get Graham and Zahi Hawass on.
Well, I mean, like, if they're like okay with each other now, would it really be that confrontational?
No, I don't think so. They're old.
I think it would be interesting if they could explore, like, why Graham refutes some. You know what I mean? And like get the actual rebuttal in real time.
You guys are You guys are asking for the wrong person. What you want is, if you want a real shit show, you want Graham and then Mark Lerner.
No.
I don't want a shit show though.
Yeah, exactly.
But it would be a shit show.
Why?
Why not? It's entertaining. You'll definitely learn something. That's for sure.
No,
the only one question I'd like to ask, there is a big question I'd love to ask Zahi though, if I ever got the chance. Dude, go back to the fucking pyramids. Like if you've looked into like the research and books that have been coming out, like the actual peer reviewed papers, there hasn't been extensive research in pyramids for like almost 2 decades now.
They did, and they found something under it. That's what we're trying to tell you.
No,
that's what we're trying to.
What I mean is like they've kind of just like the pyramids are explored. There's nothing else to explore. But like there's still like interesting things in the bent pyramid that's still unsolved, the red pyramid that's still unsolved, even the black pyramid that, granted, I wouldn't want to go in there myself because it looks like it's about to collapse, but there's still a lot of things that are left unsaid about the pyramids, but no one's really doing extensive no one's really flowing money to do more research into it anymore.
Yeah, it's because they're scared of the truth.
They're not scared. They just think they found everything.
No, they're scared of the truth
because they're so full of themselves that they're like, there's nothing else to learn because I can't learn it.
No, and it's just they think they've already learned everything about it, and it's over.
You can't be wrong.
I think you're trying to stretch something that's not there.
Oh, it's there.
It's there. It's really there.
It's not. It's not obvious. Really... It's staring you right in the face, and you can't even see it.
I mean, I mean, that's pretty much what it is, because it's not even just them. It's just any Egyptologist.
I don't know.
There's more than just those two, you know?
I bet you some
what
people
are they doing all day?
I bet you some people are being suppressed.
Mostly talks, research about artifacts. Artifacts is the big thing right now. Not really structures so much anymore. And granted, you know, when everything first started, structures was the big thing.
Cool.
Well, they give you insight of how the Egyptians lived, how they crafted. It's also valuable. You can't buy a pyramid. You can buy an artifact.
I don't care about that. I want to know how they built the pyramid.
Well, I mean,
aliens.
No, I thought it was.
What's wrong with artifacts? I love artifacts. I could look it up. They found a talking dog toy from ancient Egypt. That's cool as hell.
I thought it was the slaves that built those giant. Did you know
Egypt didn't have a big pool of slaves?
Did you? That's not what Zahi Hawass says.
That is absolutely what he says.
I thought he said they used slaves and they used like these hills.
That's not what he said.
100,000-ton stones from bedrock.
It's not what he said.
To limestone, into granite stone. Anyway, there was this. All right, so you know the CIA's #1 remote viewer, right? A couple years ago, he remote viewed what was underneath those pyramids, and he drew the exact same thing that was saw on on that satellite image.
It's been a popular image for decades.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
It's the power plant theory. You know, it's nothing groundbreaking or new.
My thing is too, is like, if Egypt is so hard to get through, why don't they just do the other megalithic pyramids that are around the world their government is probably easier to, wiggle. You know what I mean? Because those same megalithic pyramids around the world, they're probably built the same way like Egypt was.
You know, I said something like this before. If Egypt is so tight knit and so corrupt, why don't they just check out the other pyramids and see if they have those power plants? But that's a good question. I don't know. I don't know if you're going to find one in Tenochtitlan or underneath the one in Mexico City, but I don't know if anyone's even tried. But I'm pretty sure they do keep a tight knit on their pyramids, even in Mexico. Like you can't even touch them. You know, you can't even climb on them.
I think Chris is muted.
He is muted.
Yeah, but I didn't say.
Oh, okay. But like with all the power plant theories and like the underground theories, yeah, you never hear about the other pyramids around the world about it. I mean, there's pyramids in what's the country below Egypt?
Lebanon.
Sudan. Yeah, Sudan has a bunch of old pyramids because Sudan and Egypt used to share the same culture, and so they worshiped the same gods and built the same structures. I'm pretty sure you can dig underneath those pyramids. Sudan's not going to stop you that easy. But no one does.
I mean, yeah, I don't know.
You can probably pay them off pretty easily.
Potentially. Unless Zahi's already paid him off to prevent us from.
I think so, man.
Did you hear about the Serbian pyramid? Zahi convinced that government. Was it? It was either that or Slovakia or Slovenia. It was just like
or China.
Well, China has some fucking gorgeous ass structures too. I mean, you're not allowed to go into the first fucking emperor's tomb, but you might die if you go in there.
Yeah.
Fucking Zahi forced the Serbian or Slovenian government to not reveal they had the biggest pyramid in the world somehow.
Wait, he did do that?
Legend goes.
Big boy Blastoise. How did he do that?
Who knows, man? This Egyptologist was just like, no government, you can't do this, foreign government. And they were just like, yes, Master Zahi, yes.
They say the same. They say the same thing here in America with the what's it called, the Samoans? Not the Samoans, the
Mississippians.
No, the institution that handles like the Smithsonians. Do you ever hear the conspiracy about them? Like they would go and dig up like because there was like giants here in America. And they would take the giants' bones and like throw them in the ocean and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or
what the old conquistadors used to say.
Yeah. Crazy.
It is crazy. I mean, we have some, they're not big, but we have some pyramids here built by the Mississippians. They used to build mounds. That was their thing. They've built major cities. Like the Aztecs probably came from here. Like their fabled Azteca or whatever it was called is supposedly in Kansas.
Where's
the Serpent Mound?
That's in Mexico,
like Ohio or something, right?
It could be anywhere. I think the prevailing theory is it might have been in Kansas. Wherever it's like it said wherever maize grew boundless, and that was where apparently maize came from Kansas. So
what's up with the serpents? What does that even mean?
Serpents is their chief deity, Quetzalcoatl.
Wait, I thought Quetzalcoatl was like a bird.
He was a serpent dragon.
Did he have a serpent head?
He was a dragon.
But he was a man. I thought he was a man. He was like part man.
I thought Quetzalcoatl came from the ocean.
Quetzalcoatl
came from the sea.
Quetzalcoatl was a dragon who could transform into a man. He didn't come from the sea. That was later added by the conquistadors.
How do you know that was later added?
Because where you said it.
Were you there back then?
No, but you can trace when that legend started to grow, and that was after the conquistadors.
So everybody was fooled except for you, eh?
Who was fooled? It was just, if you look into it, that's what it shows. It's a cool story. No doubt. A lot of people like to think, the Vikings reached Mexico, but they never did.
How do you know they didn't?
Because we would have something that would say it, a coin. Maybe they've gotten far down as Maine, but that's about it. Their boats couldn't get to Mexico. They could only like pseudo island hop. England, Iceland, Greenland, Vinland, or Nova Scotia.
How do you just know everything?
Because their boats can't go into open ocean.
How do you know that?
Because it wasn't built for it. They were river raiders. They were river raiders. Their boats were made to go on rivers.
Were you a Viking boat builder?
In the past life, I was, yes. They called me Floki.
All right, man.
All right. Is that it?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you guys so much for listening to Back Society. This is Jay signing off.
This is F.
This is E-Money, baby.
Keep grinding.